Yo, what is up, everybody? It is DJ, and I am back with some more prize pick slips for you using Daily Grind Fantasy. And guys, if you're new to this channel, what I do is I'm a positive EV bettor, figuring out where sports books are making mistakes, and we're just simply taking advantage of them. So if you want to learn exactly how I sports bet, make sure you stick around through the end of this video. If you have any questions, drop those down in the comments below. I will always get back to you. But let's go ahead and jump into this. The pick that I have already created out for you, as you can see here, 4 to the 5 picks that I made were all NBA slips, which is fantastic. With the one exception of a CS2 play, I always try to see if I can go with one sport. It's just a preference of mine. But you'll see kind of how I created these. So we have a couple points plus rebounds going over, lots of overs with the exception of the one NBA play and then the other CS2 play. But as you can see here, this is a 10x multiplier that we are getting on PrizePicks by creating this out. But more importantly, how did I get around to creating this? So anyways, though, what you see here is the second that we start to scroll down, this is the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer tool. And as you can see here, they have so many different books that they offer. And that list only gets more and more and more, right? So anyways, though, what I do, whenever I use this Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer tool, what I like to do is I like to find at least picks with multiple data points. So as you can see here, this PHR play would be a fantastic play to go in, but I was kind of looking for the NBA. I saw that this Jalen Smith. Now, the reason that I go with these picks with multiple picks there, multiple data points, is really because it's kind of this book's word versus PrizePicks' word, which there is always clear value because as you can see here, if we look at this Kersey play going over 35.5 on PrizePicks, we're getting a 55.05% odds to hit because right here, Hot Chicks is listing this at 37.5, and they are heavily favoring it at minus 137. So not only are they listing it 2 kills higher, but they're also juicing it a lot more than what PrizePicks is at minus 119 when we're creating these 5 and 6 leg parlays, which is massively insane. So when we look here at this Jalen Smith play, we can see that there are currently 5 books offering this exact same prop at 13.5. We are able to snag this at 12.5 on PrizePicks. That's exactly where the clear value is whenever we're betting on this. Why would we not want to take a bet like that whenever you're betting on PrizePicks? That's clearly the cheapest place that we can take this bet. And being able to pair that with a lot of other plays, as you can see here, a lot of other CS2 plays, multiple data points compared to what we're getting on these single data points here. But again, I was trying to stick as long as I could with these NBA plays. So I had this Missy play here going over 6.5 points plus assists, coming in at 54.3. Now we're starting to see this dip down into the yellow, and that is totally okay for us. What we're looking for whenever we're creating this is an average of 54.2% or higher. It just needs to be a minimum of that 54.2%. So this play actually hits that threshold and a little bit higher, which is good for us. But as you can see, again, we see all of these other books actually offering this line at the exact same prop line of 6.5. The only difference is when we throw this into 5 and 6 leg parlays on PrizePicks, we're getting this at minus 140 and minus 133, average odds of minus 140 across all of the other books who currently have the same exact prop. But as I mentioned, you can get it at minus 119, which is a 21-point edge, meaning that if we were to put money down just on that single prop alone, we would get more payout, right? So that's, again, the cheapest line to buy that. Same thing with this Donovan Mitchell play, going over 27.5 points plus rebounds. Again, hitting our threshold of that 54.23% odds to hit. When we look across the rest of the market, we see that they're all offering this at 28.5, except for one other book who is offering it at the exact same of 27.5, but they're heavily favoring it at minus 132. The other books that are offering it at 28.5 are kind of offering it at even lines at the minus 110, kind of minus 122, and then we start to see it kind of dip down a little bit to the minus 108 and minus 105. But nonetheless, again, clear value offering it at a whole point higher to even just one the same, but they're heavily juicing it, right? So anyways, though, those are already 3 of the picks, and all I've done is just logged on to this. Obviously, I talk about these videos kind of into depth, but you can really fire these off as much as you want. And again, that's kind of the best way to do it. Now, I did scroll down a little bit to this Patrick Williams play. Again, I passed on a ton of value, but again, the idea is to stick with the NBA here. Cooper Kupp, if this line is still available, under 6.5 receptions. I know Cooper Kupp is king. Puka Nacua is back. You can have your arguments. But the thing is listen to the books. You have to take your biases out whenever you're positive EV betting. I love Cooper Kupp. Have him on my fantasy team. I obviously want him to do well, but I also want to make a lot of money. So it's kind of a catch-22 I always put myself in. Anytime I play fantasy football and try to sports bet at the same time. But anyways, though, the pick that I made here was Patrick Williams going under 14.5 points plus rebounds. Average juice of minus 137. When we look across the rest of the books, we can see, again, all of these books are offering this 1 point lower, but we're seeing it kind of favored only up as high as minus 108. Everything else is, we even see a play at that plus 100, minus 104, and minus 105, meaning that they're heavily favoriting the over of these 13.5s, but we're getting it at under 14.5 at minus 119, which is, again, very good for us. Now, we do see that this line drops below that threshold of that 54.2, dropping all the way down to roughly a 53.8. So we do need to be able to make up a bit of that difference with our next pick. We can't keep scrolling down, because if we don't have that average of a 54.2% odds to hit, it's not considered a profitable slip. And a lot of times when people use Daily Grind Fantasy, they think by simply picking a lot of these top plays that they're guaranteed to slip. First off, positive EV betting is never guaranteed, right? We have to create so many slips that also are hitting this threshold, and over time, that's going to end up working out for us. So in order to hit that threshold of that 54.2%, what we want to do is, I actually scrolled back up here looking for a double, at least two data points. And the one that I decided to go with was this glowing one under 45.5. And that's mainly because a lot of these other ones offer it pretty similar. Yes, their percent odds to hit is higher, which is fine. But I decided to go with this glowing one, right? We see it going under 45.5 at 54.52, which is going to give us that threshold, again, that we do need to hit. But we see another book offering this at 44, which is 1.5 kills lower than what we're getting on PrizePicks. And then we see Hot Streaks are offering this 2 kills lower, but then also favoriting it at minus 133. So then that kind of rounds it out for us. And as I mentioned, like that's our 5 picks with the Smith, Missy, Mitchell, Williams, and then the glowing. That's all we have to do. But now what we can do from there is go ahead and start building out some more of these, and we can start with this PHR play. From that PHR play, we're starting at a 56.22% odds to hit, which is absolutely crazy. Starts at 3 a.m. my time, I am Central Time, so you can almost wake up, depending on wherever you wake up, and hopefully see a little bit of cash, a little bit extra cash in your PrizePicks account. So being able to pair that with some of these other plays, if you wanted to throw that in a 6-leg slip for 25x payout, you could do that. For me, I'm just going to roll with the 10x payout and these 5 picks. Now, the last thing that I did want to show you is the AI slip generator tool. Now, when you look here, this AI slip generator tool is up 2,059 units since it first released a little over a year ago. Now, this thing is so good. Obviously, it can take a little bit of time trying to sift through the optimizer tool and saying like, hey, that one has 2 picks, and how do I want to build this last one? It can take a little bit of time. These sports books are constantly changing, but thankfully, what this AI slip generator does, I gave it a quick refresh. You can see that it goes ahead and creates out all of these slips for you. Now, we may even see some of these same picks that we had here, right? Donovan Mitchell, we took. Jalen Smith, we took. Missy, we took. Could have taken Cooper Kupp, but we did not take PHR, 4C, and Cooper Kupp in these plays. Now, whenever you positive EV betting, you also don't want to overexpose. So personally, I would not take this bet on PrizePicks. Click that button just simply because I already have some of these player props already exposed in that. But the idea is all I had to do was log on to the AI slip generator, say, hey, I want to bet on PrizePicks. It will go ahead and create that slip out entirely for me. And I just put in my unit size and I kind of go about my day. Now, if I wanted to do it again, I just click this next one. Now I have 2 slips in a matter of 2 clicks, and it's absolutely crazy. But if you wanted an underdog slip, I will go ahead and drop that here as well. That way you can go ahead and tell this. But guys, this process is super, super simple, and that's really all that we have to do. I'll move my face out of here. I'll make it smaller for you so that way you can see. I realized that once I kind of zoomed in, I covered up the overs and unders, so I'll stay small down here in the corner. Hopefully you can tell this. Now, if you wanted kind of the easier way, go ahead and click the links down in the description below. I'm going to try to get this underdog fantasy slip in for you right before I log off. So if you don't see the slip link down there, that's probably because I didn't grab it in time, and that happens. But anyways, though, best of luck to y'all. Let's have a great Monday starting off the week, and I'll see y'all, I don't know, maybe tomorrow. Later.